Ready. The Senate will come to order. Members, please stand for the prayer. Today's chaplain is our Senate chaplain, Pastor Mike Smith from Redeeming Love Church in Maplewood. And following the prayer, please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Thank you, Senators, for the opportunity to share this prayer with you. I pray at these moments because I believe that God does answer. So I pray this not out of form or out of ritual, but out of desire and dependence on Him. Shall we pray? Heavenly Father, I begin by just declaring that you are our God who is unchanging. You are faithful, you are sovereign and mighty. As Isaiah declared, you are the wonderful counselor that we all need. You're the mighty God that we all need. You're the everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. He also said that you are the one that has the government on your shoulders. You are a God who is not distant, but you are here with us. God with us, Emmanuel. So you are our God in whom there is no shadow of turning. So we keep on declaring who you are, because in that today, we know we can rest upon you, we can depend upon you. And you said, call upon me and I will answer. So we're doing that, Lord. Lord, as I pray in this place, I lift up before you all who are serving our state, that are in this room and beyond this room throughout the Capitol. I lift up these legislators before you. They've come to this place out of a heart to serve the people of Minnesota. I lift up our veterans before you who have put their lives on the line for our freedom. Lord, I lift up before you our governor. I lift up before you our mayors. I lift up before you our city councils and all who are serving in this place. I pray and we desire that there would be a unity that leads to great peace. As our Father, it is your desire to take our brokenness and bring healing, to take the hopelessness of our hearts and fill us with hope. Lord, you are the one that replaces our foolishness and you give us wisdom. You take our fear and you give us your perfect love. You take our division and you would make us one. Lord, you take our emotions and you give us patience. So, Lord, give us an understanding heart that we might know your ways so that we can walk in your ways. And I pray, Father, for a voice of hope and healing that will influence many to realize the power of your great love that changes everything. And with this in mind, we declare that every promise that is for our state of Minnesota will be fulfilled. That Minnesota will experience today the tangible blessing and goodness of God. That many will one day look at our state and see that it is possible for our nation to be healed. So we bless our state from Warroad to Worthington, from Grand Marais to Granite Falls. We pray this in your wonderful name. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate your leadership. Have a good day. You ready, Mike? The secretary will take the roll by legislative districts. Senators present in alternate locations will have their response recorded by the front desk.
Senate District Number 1, Mark Johnson. District 2, Paul Utke. District 3, Thomas Bach. District 4, Kent Eakin. District 5, Justin Eichhorn. District 6, David Tomasoni. District 7, Erik Simonson. District 8, Bill Ingebrigtsen. District 9, Paul Gazelka. District 10, Carrie Rude. District 11, Jason Rarick. District 12, Tori Westrom. District 13, Jeff Howe. District 14, Jerry Ralph. District 15, Andrew Matthews. District 16, Gary Dames. District 17, Andrew Lang. District 18, Scott Newman. District 19, Nick Friends. District 20, Rich Draheim. District 21, Michael Goggin. District 22, Bill Weber. District 23, Julie Rosen. District 24, John Jasinski. District 25, David Senjum. District 26, Carla Nelson. District 27, Dan Sparks. District 28, Jeremy Miller.
Here.
District 29, Bruce Anderson. District 30, Mary Kiffmeyer. District 31, Michelle Benson. District 32, Mark Coran. District 33, David Osmick. District 34, Warren Limmer. District 35, Jim Abler. District 36, John Hoffman. District 37, Jerry Newton. District 38, Roger Chamberlain. District 39, Karen Housley. District 40, Chris Eaton. District 41, Carolyn Lane. District 42, Jason Isaacson. District 43, Charles Uyghur. District 44, Paul Anderson. District 45, Ann Rest. District 46, Ron Latz. District 47, Scott Jensen. District 48, Steve Swazinski. District 49, Melissa Franzen. District 50, Melissa Wickland. District 51, Jim Carlson. District 52, Matt Klein. District 53, Susan Kent. District 54, Carla Bigham. District 55, Erik Pratt. District 56, Dan Hall. District 57, Greg Clausen. District 58, Matt Little. District 59, Bobby Joe Champion. District 60, Kari Dietzick. District 61, Scott Dibble. District 62, Jeff Hayden. District 63, Patricia Torres Ray. District 64, Richard Cohen. District 65, Sandra Pappas. District 66, John Marty. District 67, Phuong Her.
A quorum is present. We'll begin on the agenda today with executive and official communications. Members, a copy of the governor's proclamation is available at your desk. The next order of business is the ninth order of business, motions and resolutions. The secretary will read Senate Resolution number 1.
Senators Gazelka and Kent introduce Senate Resolution number 1, a Senate resolution relating to organization and operation of the Senate during the special session.
Senator Benson.
Mr. President, I move that Senate Resolution number 1 be adopted.
To that motion, Senator Benson.
Mr. President, it is the organizing, I apologize, Mr. President. It is our organizing resolution establishing rules. It establishes the Committee on Rules and Administration so that we may operate as we did with the same powers of the 91st legislature.
On Senate Resolution number 1. Members, this resolution does require a roll call vote. Seeing no further discussion, Senator Benson renews her motion to adopt Senate Resolution number 1. The secretary will take the roll. Members in the retiring room, please come to the chamber to vote. Members in room 303, please come to the chamber to vote. And members in the president's office, please come to the chamber to vote. Members in room 323, please come to the chamber to vote. Members in room 237, please come to the chamber to vote. And members in room 206, please come to the chamber to vote. I will call on Senator Jasinski to report the votes of the members voting under Rule 40.7. Senator Jasinski.
Thank you, Mr. President. Senator Hall votes aye.
Hall vote. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Gazelka votes aye.
Gazelka votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Johnson votes aye.
Johnson votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Lang votes aye.
Lang votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Limmer votes aye.
Limmer votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Newman votes aye.
Newman votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Senjum votes aye.
Senjum votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Abler votes aye.
Abler votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Housley votes aye.
Housley votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Ingebrigtsen votes aye.
Ingebrigtsen votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Westrom votes aye.
Westrom votes aye. I will call on Senator Kent to report the votes of the members voting under Rule 40.7. Senator Kent.
Thank you, Mr. President. I report aye for Senator Carlson.
Carlson votes aye. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Clausen.
Clausen votes aye. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Dietzick.
Dietzick votes aye. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Eaton.
Eaton votes aye. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Frentz.
Frentz votes aye. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Isaacson.
Isaacson votes aye. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Klein.
Klein votes aye. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Lane.
Lane votes aye. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Latz.
Latz votes aye. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Rest.
Rest votes aye. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Sparks.
Sparks votes aye. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Wickland.
Wickland votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Thank you, Mr. President. Senator Matthew votes aye.
Matthews votes aye. All members having voted who have the desire to vote, the Secretary will close the roll. There being 65 ayes and 0 nays, the motion prevails and the resolution is adopted. The Secretary will read Senate Resolution Number 2.
Senators Gazelka and Kent introduce Senate Resolution Number 2, a Senate resolution relating to notifying the House of Representatives and the Governor that the Senate is organized.
Senator Benson.
Mr. President, I move that Senate Resolution Number 2 be adopted.
To that motion, Senator Benson.
Mr. President, we are required to notify the House of Representatives and the Governor that we are undertaking business.
Any further discussion on Senate Resolution Number 2? This does not require a roll call, so this vote will be taken on a voice vote. All those in favor of Senate Resolution Number 2, say aye. Aye. Opposed, say no. Motion prevails. The resolution is adopted. The Secretary will read Senate Concurrent Resolution Number 1.
Senator Gazelka introduces Senate Concurrent Resolution Number 1, a Senate concurrent resolution relating to Minnesota's peacetime emergency, terminating the peacetime emergency pursuant to the authority under Minnesota Statute Section 12.31, Subdivision 2, Paragraph B.
Senator Benson.
Mr. President, I move that Senate Concurrent Resolution Number 1 be adopted.
Senator Benson, to that motion.
Mr. President, Senate Concurrent Resolution Number 1 exercises the legislature's authority to terminate the peacetime emergency declared by the governor on March 13, 2020. This resolution becomes effective only after the adoption by the House, following the adoption by the Senate. After adoption by the House, it would be effective, after adoption by the Senate, it would be effective the day following adoption by the House and would terminate the peacetime emergency and would have the effect of nullifying the authority for orders based on that declaration. And Mr. President, I request a roll call.
Roll call has been requested. A roll call granted. Discussion on Senate Concurrent Resolution Number 1. Senator Hayden.
Well, thank you, Mr. President. I rise to continue to support the peacetime resolution and not to vote to eliminate it. Mr. President, the ability to govern effectively takes time, thought, and consideration. And this is exactly how Governor Walz used this peacetime emergency to mitigate the spread of COVID-19 in Minnesota. Unfortunately, Mr. President, I believe that my friends across the aisle have been lacking the leadership needed to beat the virus and to keep people safe. Instead of providing real solutions to the problems, we get ideas that aren't well thought out and that aren't going to work. Senate Republicans didn't hold a single hearing this summer or fall for the solutions to mitigate the response. With the lack of hearings on unemployment benefits, housing assistance, or school reopening during the current COVID pandemic, they seem to not show real interest in solving those problems. Eliminating Governor Walz's emergency powers would create gaps in support for Minnesotans as they navigate this public health emergency. Actions that have helped Minnesota through many executive orders would end immediately. My friends to the right have failed to offer a solution to deal with that. For instance, the issue of evictions of tenants during the peacetime emergency, the ability to procure resources quickly, such as PPE and testing supplies, protections that would prevent harms on consumers like price gouging, reinstating the governor's chief of staff and commissioner's pay because of his executive order would effectively increase their salaries. We cannot risk the progress that has been made in treating a public health emergency and taking it lightly, as some of my friends to the right have. Example of complete disregard of the state, disregard for the state in public health emergencies includes the majority leader suggesting that people get on with their lives with COVID-19 and like with other risks before comparing COVID to the risk of car accidents. My good friend, Senator Dr. Jensen, consistently downplaying the seriousness of the public health emergency, often fueling conspiracies and spreading disinformation about the coronavirus that prompted an investigation by the medical board. I will also say, on a more personal note, often, and I heard Senator Jensen had a video, a podcast or something that started to talk about testing and why we didn't need it, and I'm sure he'll tell me what he meant, but here's what I know. I know that if you look like me, if you're an African American person, Black Minnesotans in Minnesota represent 18% of the COVID cases, 21% of the hospitalizations, and 19% of the ICU admissions, despite being slightly under 7% of the population. Black Minnesotans are testing positive for COVID-19 at a rate 4 times white Minnesotans. Latinx Minnesotans are being tested at the time of 5 times of rate of white Minnesotans. Black and indigenous Minnesotans have the highest rate of adjusted rates for COVID positive death. Indigenous Minnesotans have the highest proportion of positive cases that have been hospitalized or in the ICU. Black Minnesotans are also experiencing the highest rate of job loss, having been laid off at a rate higher than any other racial group in Minnesota. Black workers make up 6% of the state's workforce, but are at 9% of the unemployment applications since March. In contrast, white workers account for 86% of the workforce, but only 73% of the applicants. Between the existing healthcare disparities of population of color, culturally specific factors like multi-generational living spaces, and jobs in the frontline industries, community of color and indigenous communities are extreme risk during the pandemic and benefit from these community testing services. So members, I think it's clear. I know that we have continued to come here each month with the same arguments. But once again, disproportionately, if you talk to Representative Moran, who had COVID-19, Representative Lee, whose family was ravaged by COVID-19, though I should know her name, it was the St. Paul's school board chair who died of COVID-19. Members, I just went to a funeral last weekend where my uncle lived a long life, died of COVID-19. So this is real. I know we want to trivialize it. I know it also often becomes a game in the political world, this issue of should we wear a mask or not. Militias planning to kidnap governors, people dying each and every day, people in communities of color, once again, in this state that since the 12 years I've been here, disproportionately affected by it. Members, it's time for us to stop this. It's time for us to continue to support the governor, continue to support our communities, continue to do the right work that we need to have done in order to find a vaccine and proper treatment for this disease. So with that, Mr. President, I think we should not end the peacetime emergency and continue to support the governor. Thank you.
Further discussion on Senate Concurrent Resolution Number 1, Senator Jensen.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, colleagues. Mr. President, would Senator Hayden yield?
Hayden will yield. Senator Jensen.
Senator Hayden, I would ask that you, on behalf of all my caucus colleagues, extend to Senator Klein and his family our deepest regrets and sadness that COVID-19 has hit his family so personally.
Senator Hayden.
Well, thank you, Mr. President and Senator Jensen. We certainly will. Hopefully, once again, I'm glad that you mentioned it. I didn't get that in my remarks, but we will certainly extend you and your caucus's deepest sympathies to Senator Klein and his family.
Further discussion, Senator Jensen.
Mr. President, would Senator Hayden yield?
Senator Hayden will yield. Senator Jensen.
Senator Hayden, do you know for a fact that Senator Dr. Matt Klein or Representative Dr. Elise Mann or Representative Dr. Kelly Morrison are not being investigated right now by the Board of Medical Practice, since all it takes is any allegation printed on an internet page consisting of 2 or 3 sentences? Are you certain that they are not being investigated right now, just as I am, since you chose to bring up my investigation?
Senator Hayden.
Yes, I don't know that. Well, if they are, certainly hasn't been publicized. It hasn't made it in a way that the public would see it. So I guess that's the way I would answer it.
Further discussion.
Mr. President, would Senator Hayden yield?
Senator Hayden will continue to yield. Senator Jensen.
Senator Hayden, did you see the video from July 20th or 21st that was done on campus at the time of our July special session, in which I compared the COVID-19 pandemic to the 2009 swine flu pandemic in an effort to elicit lessons and things we might learn so that we might not repeat the mistakes of history? Have you seen those videos, those 2 videos that prompted the allegation that I am a danger to public health?
Senator Hayden.
Well, Senator Jensen, I know that you seem to do a lot of videos, so I haven't, can say that I watched every single one of them. You know, I'm not sure that, that I'm part of that club. I do know that I have staff and others have sent me videos that you have made, but to, you know, I might have watched that video or not, because typically, Senator Jensen, you make a lot of video, you produce a lot of content.
Senator Jensen.
Thank you, Mr. President, and thank you, Senator Hayden, for responding. Colleagues, do challenges remain? For certain. Do calculated risks remain? Absolutely. Are we living under a COVID cloud that has turned our spirits into melancholy, such that we don't see the world as we used to? We don't greet one another as we used to? Yes, we do. But on the other hand, are we dealing right now with an emergency that equates to some sort of tsunami that's going to take out the homes and the lives of hundreds of thousands of people in a matter of minutes? Are we dealing with tornadoes or hurricanes or natural disasters or fires that will eliminate people's lives in a matter of minutes? We're not. We have challenges. But the emergency that, if you will, equates to the need for peacetime powers, that's not with us today. We have had almost a year of COVID. December of 2019, the emergence, possibly even in November, and we're in October. One thing that does clearly remain is fear. And fear magnifies the sense of helplessness. Fear needs to be examined. It needs to be understood. We need to absolutely dig in and across the aisle work together. And I would thank Senator Klein for his passion and his commitment. He takes care of COVID-19 patients in the hospital. I take care of some 4 dozen COVID-19 patients in the clinic. We have different experiences, and we have different perspectives. But I would challenge either Senator Klein or myself to come up with one decision point that Governor Walz needs to make in the next 24 hours or the next 48 hours. I appreciate the fact that Governor Walz and his staff have come out and changed course now in regards to nursing homes, and that's just being released. That once again, residents of long-term care facilities can have visitors. Thank you. And to Commissioner Malcolm, I say thank you for once again allowing Minnesotans to see what the daily statewide census is in regards to COVID-19 patients occupying ICU beds and hospital beds. It was unfortunate that this critical data point was removed from our site for 2 weeks. But I appreciate the reconsideration and the fact that the Department of Health has responded to the outcry of thousands and thousands of Minnesotans. Governor Walz, the path to examining and understanding and getting the public trust to come alongside you is not through a loss of transparency. It's through more transparency. It's not going to happen due to a lack of engagement. It's going to happen by more engagement. It's not going to happen by living in an echo chamber. It's going to happen when you break down the barriers of groupthink. Minnesotans know that the legislature stands ready to play its part in helping you with those calculated risks. 2 days ago, there was an article in the paper where you, Governor Walz, mentioned your relationship with Mr. Andy Slavitt. And you said, a healthy tension exists between us. And then you went on to explain that your role requires a more managed response. Thank you for that. But can we not have that healthy tension with you? Can we not have the leadership of the Senate and the leadership of the House work with you? The emergency is not present. It is true that we've been fed a steady diet of data corruption. Physicians across Minnesota were coached and encouraged to use COVID-19 as a diagnosis for the cause of death, even if it didn't cause necessarily the death. If it contributed, we were advised to put it on the death certificate. This is new. This didn't happen with influenza. Senator Hayden spoke of people's families being ravaged by COVID-19. My heart goes out to them. But my family has been ravaged by influenza. My forebears died from influenza. The ravaging of my family ancestors is no different than what's going on now. We're just a different world. We're just a much more globally connected world. We have seen data corrupted by the CDC when it chose to commingle data coming from PCR tests right alongside of blood serology tests, when these tests tell us totally different things. Epidemiologists, virologists, infectious disease people across the country and across the world said, what is the CDC thinking? There has been so much data corruption that it's an absolute logical step for Minnesotans, Americans, and global citizens to have lost trust in the leaders who are supposed to take us through this. Schools are not super spreaders. Do you remember that 6 weeks ago? This was going to be the problem. The schools were the super spreaders. Well, let's refer to The Atlantic, a liberal-leaning news source that comes out a week ago and says they are not the super spreaders. That fear appears to have been over-magnified. Immunity is emerging. We had some good news the other day, but it never got published. We found that cellular immunity is actually a real way for us to beat this disease. And the fact of the matter is, we have identified people who had cellular immunity that is resisting COVID-19, and they had it from blood samples before December of 2019. So when we start talking about vaccines, we have to remember that this may not happen, but we will have humoral immunity, which is the kind of immunity I am fortunate enough to possess. So when I had COVID-19 7 weeks ago, unbeknownst to me, my body turned out antibodies. Another significant group of people will have a cellular immunity, which is much more difficult to measure, but the fact of the matter is people have developed cellular immunity that may well fight against COVID-19, and they may well have built that cellular immunity through the exposure to different coronaviruses. And then we know that some people will have an innate disease resistance. And then we have the high hope that we'll get a vaccine that will help take us the rest of the way. But if it doesn't, what we're hearing from World Health Organizations and CDC leading personnel is that we are still going to get through this, and we will. Now, the World Health Organization has just come out and said, Dr. Nabarro, he said, lockdowns should not be a part of our response unless it's to regroup and reorganize. Well, the only way we would need to regroup and reorganize is if we go back to those goalposts that we talked about last February and March and said, are we going to be able to flatten the curve so that our healthcare facilities will not be overwhelmed and overrun? Well, we can't know that if we're not going to be allowed to see the data. We have also seen an invasion of our rights. A couple of weeks ago, we saw that the decision that Governor Walz made to distribute the addresses of active COVID-19 households in the state of Minnesota were being disseminated to places they shouldn't have been. It was bad enough that some 500 localities in the state of Minnesota would be given a list of COVID-19 active households, an executive order that the ACLU objected to. That was bad enough. But then when we hear 3 weeks ago that, whoops, counties were not just getting the addresses they were supposed to get, they were potentially getting the entire state. We have seen lockdowns cripple businesses, not because the businesses were unsafe, but because they were non-essential. We have seen school closures take a toll on our children that we will not be able to measure the impact of that for years and years to come. We have seen $9 million ad campaigns that do nothing more than support the policies of the Department of Health and the governor's executive orders, and they have not highly motivated patients to cut your cigarette usage down to half of what you're using. Lose 5 pounds, get off the couch, start some zinc, start some vitamin C, start some vitamin D. What has been there from the Department of Health in Minnesota to motivate Minnesotans to do everything they can to make their immune system more effective? We have a $7 million giant, quote, morgue that has never had a cadaver in it, but it can now store equipment. It would have been cheaper to buy a bunch of mini storage units. We have terrorized Minnesotans with long-term care policies that we will never forget. Residents are desperate for hugs and human touches and love. Minnesotans are looking for a source of moral authority. And 2 of the places they might have looked might have been the elected leaders of Minnesota. How are we doing working together? Or they might have looked at my profession, the profession of medicine. And I apologize to Minnesotans that my profession has not been up to the task. We have quibbled and bickered no differently than legislators. And for that, I am sorry. We have not allowed the robust intellectual conversation to take place that has taken place for decades and decades and decades when physicians disagree. And that is why, over the last week, there is this thing, this document called the Great Barrington Declaration. And this is a declaration that has now received some 400 to 500,000 signatures around the world. And it speaks to what the issue is and what the issue should be for physicians and scientists. It speaks to the issue that lockdown policies are producing devastating effects on long-term public health. It has lowered childhood vaccine rates. It has worsened cardiovascular disease outcomes. It has caused fewer cancer screenings and more advanced disease to be diagnosed when the diagnosis is finally established. And the deteriorating mental health is incredible. And to Senator Hayden's point, many of the policies that have been put in place have done exactly what he said. It has indiscriminately and more powerfully hurt people of color and minority groups. The most compassionate approach that we will be allowed going forward will balance the risks and benefits of vaccines, herd immunity pursuits, humoral immunity, cellular immunity, and disease resistance. Members, this is not an emergency. Right now, we have the time to think through our thoughts and our policies. We have the time to recognize the shortcomings of our legislation. Governor Walz knows that Minnesota's emergency powers statute does not have pandemic statute language in it, like other states do. Our statute has no limit or limitation on government powers, such as a necessity limitation. This should be fixed. Minnesota's emergency power statute violates Article 3's non-delegation doctrine. Typically, there should be a delegation that there should be the least restrictive means used. That's what we do in our statutes with Minnesota's guardianship statute. Minnesota's emergency power violates Article 3's ban on legislative vetoes. The legislature doesn't veto the governor's acts. The governor vetoes our acts. Our statutes are unfortunately not serving us as well as they could. If we vote for this resolution that Senator Benson has proposed, I don't see this as any kind of vote of condemnation to Governor Walz's policies. He's worked immensely hard. He's had a staff that's worked overtime. I see this as an affirmation that we know that he can invite the legislature with judicial oversight to the table. And we can do this better. We can do this better than we've been doing it. And we can do it more thoughtfully so that when executive orders are done, there is a spirit of transparency. This is not trying to give a grade to Governor Walz. This is Minnesotans saying, we want a broader discussion. We want a recognition that while challenges exist, the emergency that represents natural disasters is over. So please, Governor Walz, it's time to start working together. We stand ready. Thank you.
Further discussion on Senate concurrent resolution number 1. Seeing none, a roll call has been requested. A roll call will be granted. The secretary will take the roll on Senate concurrent resolution number 1. Members in the retiring room, please come to the chamber to vote. Members in room 303, please come to the chamber to vote. And members in the president's office, please come to the chamber to vote. Members in room 323, please come to the chamber to vote. Members in room 237, please come to the chamber to vote. And members in room 206, please come to the chamber to vote. I will call on Senator Kent to report the votes of the members voting under Rule 40.7. Senator Kent.
Thank you, Mr. President. I report no for Senator Carlson.
Carlson votes no. Senator Kent.
I report no for Senator Clausen.
Clausen votes no. Senator Kent.
I report no for Senator Dietzick.
Dietzick votes no. Senator Kent.
I report no for Senator Eaton.
Eaton votes no. Senator Kent.
I report no for Senator Frentz.
Frentz votes no. Senator Kent.
I report no for Senator Isaacson.
Isaacson votes no. Senator Kent.
I report no for Senator Klein.
Klein votes no. Senator Kent.
I report no for Senator Lane.
Lane votes no. Senator Kent.
I report no for Senator Latz.
Latz votes no. Senator Kent.
I report no for Senator Newton.
Newton votes no. Senator Kent.
I report no for Senator Rest.
Rest votes no. Senator Kent.
I report no for Senator Sparks.
Sparks votes no. Senator Kent.
I report no for Senator Wickland.
Wickland votes no. Senator Jasinski.
Thank you, Mr. President. Senator Gazelka votes aye.
Gazelka votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Thank you, Mr. President. Senator Johnson votes aye.
Johnson votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Thank you, Mr. President. Senator Lang votes aye.
Lang votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Thank you, Mr. President. Senator Limmer votes aye.
Limmer votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Thank you, Mr. President. Senator Newman votes aye.
Newman votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Thank you, Mr. President. Senator Senjum votes aye.
Senjum votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Thank you, Mr. President. Senator Abler votes aye.
Abler votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Thank you, Mr. President. Senator Housley votes aye.
Housley votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Thank you, Mr. President. Senator Ingebrigtsen votes aye.
Ingebrigtsen votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Thank you, Mr. Senator Matthews votes aye.
Matthews votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Thank you, Mr. President. Senator Hall votes aye.
Hall votes aye. All members having voted who have the desire to vote, the Secretary will close the roll. There being 36 ayes and 31 nays, the motion prevails and the resolution is adopted. Remaining under motions and resolutions, will revert to the second order of business, executive and official communications. The Secretary will read the following letter.
Secretary Ludeman, pursuant to Rule 8.1, all appointments requiring the advice and consent of the Senate that were referred to committees during the meeting of the 91st Legislature and not finally acted upon by the Senate are returned to the same committees to which they were previously referred. Any appointments returned to a committee not organized pursuant to Senate Resolution Number 1 are instead referred to the Committee on Rules and Administration. Jeremy R. Miller, President of the Senate.
There's no action required on that letter. Moving to the third order of business, messages from the House. The Secretary will read a message.
Mr. President, I have the honor to inform you that the House of Representatives of the state of Minnesota is now duly organized for the 2020 fifth special session pursuant to law. Patrick D. Murphy, Chief Clerk, House of Representatives.
There's no action required on that message. Remaining under motions and resolutions, will revert to the eighth order of business, introduction and first reading of Senate bills. Members listed in today's introduction calendar are Senate file numbers 1 through 27. These Senate files are given their first reading and referred as indicated. Senator Benson.
Mr. President, I move that Senate files 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 26, and 27 be laid on the table.
Discussion on that motion. Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Opposed say no. Motion prevails. Remaining under motions and resolutions, we have one author's motion to be read by the Secretary.
Senator Dibble moves that the names of Senators Hayden and Marty be added as co-authors to Senate file number 19.
On that motion, all in favor say aye. Opposed say no. Motion prevails. Senate resolution numbers 3 through 5 will be referred to the Committee on Rules and Administration. Senator Benson.
Mr. President, I move that the Senate recess to the call of the President so we can recognize 2 members of this body.
Senator Benson moves that the Senate recess to the call of the President. Members, we're going to listen to a couple retirement speeches at this point in time, so we're going to recess to do that. On the Benson motion to recess, All those in favor say aye. Opposed say no. The motion prevails. The Senate is in recess. The first member who is going to give their retirement speech this afternoon is Senator Erik Simonson.
Thank you, Mr. President and members. I've had a number of weeks now to reflect on what I might or might not choose to say at this time, with the full understanding that it was not my intention to have to give these remarks this year, but nonetheless, that's the reality of what we do here. But as I reflect back on my time in the legislature, there's a couple of things that stand out to me. And not wanting to draw this out into something very lengthy, which is not something that I typically do, I want to just focus in on some things that are very important to me, that I hope that I can share, and perhaps some incoming new members to the Minnesota Senate can reflect on that as well. It was in 2012 when I first decided to run for elected office for a seat in the other body, as they say, and it was kind of a last-minute decision. And I remember specifically and vividly, because we talk about it a lot, driving down the road with my wife in the car. And we were having a conversation about something completely unrelated, not relevant to the legislature. And I said, geez, I think I might run for that 7B seat. And she looked at me and she said, yeah, whatever. That's a very typical response, right? Yeah, whatever. That usually means, yeah, you're just talking again, whatever. A couple of days later, unbeknownst to her, I said, tomorrow, on Thursday, we're having this campaign kickoff out in West Duluth, and would love to have you come. And she said, kickoff for what? So then we revisited the conversation when I clearly articulated that you gave me the permission to do this. And it was, so nonetheless, it's a memorable moment, and I bring it up because of the point that family is perhaps the most important thing to a lot of us, if not all of us here. And it really reflects on some of the reasons why we do this. I was talking to some of you earlier today, and we were discussing, that list of reasons why we come to the Minnesota legislature and do the things that we do, and it's really a very short list when you think about it. There are a whole bunch of reasons to not do this. But at the same time, there are some really key, important ones why we do this. And I think that's what's important. So when I think back to that day in 2012 and to where I am today, I'm very proud of the work that I've done and the things that I've accomplished in my time in the legislature, and will not regret any of that. And I won't regret any of the relationships that I've made and built here in the Senate, as well as state government as a whole, because there are some really good people on both sides of the aisle and in the executive branch that really just want to do good public service, enact good public policy, and see Minnesota continue to move forward. And I appreciate that. When I think of the people that I probably should mention and thank, there's a long list of them, and I'd probably omit too many, so I'm not going to go through them. But there are a few that I do want to thank, and first and foremost is my family. My wife Holly and our two daughters have been super supportive through this entire time, and especially over the last few months, which have been really difficult, frankly. But I can't repay them for their support. But what I can do is ensure them that the work that I did here while I was here was for them. And it was for all of us. And hopefully that as Minnesota moves forward, we can appreciate that, because I know that I do. There's one person that I do want to mention because he has been a very good friend to me, and is frankly, believe it or not, the reason why I decided to come across the hall to the Senate 4 years ago. and that's Senator Tom Bach, who has been a very close friend of mine for a number of years before I even came to the legislature, neighboring Senate district. I just can't say enough good things about him and his heart and his passion for Minnesota, especially for northern Minnesota. It is so much appreciated, and the fact that you took the time, Senator, all those years ago to sit down with me and offer advice on questions that I had has really evolved into this kind of give and take discussion that we've had over the years, and I appreciate that. And I wish you all the best going forward. And that is not to diminish or take away from anything that anyone else has done here, because there are so many good people here on both sides of this aisle. We all know that. We all know this. People look at the legislature from the outside, very small group of people, I think, and say, boy, I wonder, what if they all could just get along? And I say back to them, I say, if you come here and you spend some time here, you will find that we do get along. There are some things that we fundamentally disagree on, and that we vote red and green, and we have these partisan issues, but by and large, we get along. And I think that's what's important. I think that's what's important for Minnesota. I think that's what's important for the Minnesota Senate. I would hate to ever see that slip into a space where things don't get accomplished because we can't get along. And I think that's what I appreciate the most about having been here for the past 8 years, is that you can find a path forward. And it means being respectful, and it means opening up lines of communications with people that you may not have ever had the opportunity to talk to before. But you can do it, and it works well. So my hope is that for new people that are coming into the legislature, whether it be in January or 2 years from now or 2 years from then, just take a moment, think about where you are, think about why you're here, think about what's really important, and focus on that. Because that's kind of the space that I'm in right now, and it allows me to reflect back and really appreciate the time that I've had here. So, Mr. President, I don't want to belabor the point, but I appreciate working with you, all the members of your caucus. Senator Kent, I appreciate you and working with all the members of our caucus and all of those members that are no longer with us here today for various reasons. But it's been fun. I appreciate it, and I've had a good ride. Thank you.
Senator Simonson, I do have a plaque for you if you want to come up here. I'm not sure how we're going to smile in the picture, but we'll figure it out here. And I'll read it here. In recognition of your dedication and service to the people of the state of Minnesota through your accomplishments in the state Senate. Where do we go? Oh, right here. We are smiling, by the way. All right, next, we're going to hear a retirement speech from Senator Jeff Hayden.
Well, thank you, Mr. President. I've worked really hard not to do exactly what I'm doing right now. I told myself a lot that I wasn't going to get emotional. My wife said, well, you're only human. I know you don't think you are. And that's what human beings do, is they get emotional and they sometimes cry. Mr. President and members of this body, it has been the greatest joy of my life, outside of getting married and having children, which is to serve this body. It has been the greatest accomplishment to get people in my district, a district in where my grandfather bought a house over 100 years ago to say that they would elect me to office. Much like Senator Simonson, I started out in the House 2008, and then when Senator Berglund decided to retire, I ran in a special, and you guys welcomed me with open arms. Mr. President and members, I have always tried to do the right thing. Sometimes it hasn't worked out. I've always tried to do it with integrity, and I've always tried to work on the people who don't have a voice. I always tried to work on the people who have the least among us, and always tried to create opportunities for those folks to enjoy the greatness of this state and what it has to offer. Mr. President and members, as you know, my district is made up of white folks that have been there, but it also has a very heavy influence of African Americans, African immigrants, and much like that, it has a very large indigenous population, Little Earth being one of the largest indigenous housing developments in the country. It is diverse in terms of its economics. We have houses on Minnehaha Creek that are probably in the high six figures, and we have housing, HUD, Minneapolis Public Housing apartments that for low-income people that aren't wealthy, and everybody in between. And so I've always tried to listen to everybody, figure out what they needed, and then create opportunities for them. And Mr. President, you know, everybody has a season, and there's a time for you to get here. And I can remember being young, or not so young, but being new, and running around here and not even know what a deadline is, and missed an opportunity to do something because I didn't know the deadlines. To then working through this body and through you guys, my caucus selected me as a leader, and now helping people understand what those mean and what the process means. Mr. President, I worked with you and all of you here and helped lead the first state's minimum wage in over a decade. I worked closely with my good friend and partner, Senator Champion, to produce an equity bill for those populations that aren't making it as well and as prosperous, and we've produced well over $100 million. I worked closely with all of my colleagues on health care, and though it was a bumpy ride with the exchange, and many of you were here, the health care exchange, I worked closely bipartisan and with the governor's office to create what we think is a nation-leading exchange program where people are getting health care all throughout the state because of it. And it is really meaningful because in the time of COVID and where people are losing their jobs, are getting sick, we can feel proud in Minnesota that we have a system that works. Mr. President, I also want to make sure that I don't get too far down the line by doing a few thank yous. First of all, my wife, Terry, and my two kids, Tomas and Sophia, that are my heart. You guys hear me talk about them all the time, and thank them for the many of days that I wasn't home, that I was here, that we were in the community or walking in a parade or whatever we had to do. Those days that I was a little tardy to the football or basketball game or missed out on a family celebration, they endured, and I just want to thank them publicly. I'm not going to go through too many names, but I can't not mention my partner, my buddy, the guy who I walked in the store with, Senator Bobby Joe Champion. Senator Champion and I have been lockstep, arm in arm with the same value sets to work hard for Minnesotans. So Bobby, thank you for all of your friendship, your partnership, sometimes your counsel, and sometimes even your discipline. I really appreciate it. I have to also thank the other members of the Minneapolis delegation, Senator Torres Reyes, Senator Dibble, Senator Disick, oh my God, in terms of our ability to work as a team, not only as a team and part of our caucus, but really work hard as a team in Minneapolis that I think is some of the finest legislators I know. We don't always, we have the same value system. We may have different ways to get there, but in the end, we've always come together as a team and do not only what's best for Minneapolis, but also for the state. I too have to thank my good friend, Senator Bach. Tom mentored me, taught me a lot about a lot of things, negotiation certainly being one of them. I spent many hours with Tom helping to negotiate some of the biggest bills here. And many know that when we started, I didn't get elected as the assistant majority leader. Tom appointed me the deputy majority leader to serve along with former leader Simonson. And then the next cycle, I was elected. And so thank you, Tom, for your confidence in me. There has never been a time in which you didn't pick up the phone, or never a time that you didn't support me. I want to thank the LAs that I've had throughout the years, and in particular, we have some in the interim. But back in the House, I developed a really great relationship with a good friend of mine by the name of Liz Mandelman, who went on to Washington to work, but was really smart and organized, and kept me organized. Of course, you guys know the one that's been with me a lot, Liz Young. Liz was with me for 5 years, and she pretty much kept me going, and a lot of my success goes to her. Elaine Island was with me when Liz left. Natalia Madrea was with me during those times. And then also my current LA, and many of you know her, Indiria Falana. Indiria has been a star. This is the first job that she had out of college, and I think all of us can say that she hit the ground running. If it wasn't for all of them finding my iPad or figuring out where I left the bill, or making sure that I brought in the proclamation today, Indiria has been phenomenal, and hopefully you guys will see fit to keep her around. Members, it's been a tough year, not just because we didn't lose the election, but as you know, we've just had the conversation about COVID-19 and the way that it has ravaged our communities, especially in communities of color. But we also now are in the situation in which we're dealing with the aftermath of the killing of George Floyd. Members, as you guys know, that happened 8 blocks from my house. And everything that you saw was in Senate District, most of it in Senate District 62, the bulk of it, a lot, Senator Torres Reyes, Senator Champion, Senator Pappas, but a lot of that happened. Even the homeless encampment in Powderhorn Park is in the middle of our district. So we spent a lot of time trying to figure this out. And I want to thank my colleagues in this body for the law enforcement reform that we were able to get. We feel like we need to do more, but this certainly was a first step, and I know that wasn't, it was risky for some members of this body to vote for this, but I want them to say thank you. Members, these issues are real. I told you before that when I learned how to cross the street, the next thing my mother taught me was how to interact with the police. So we got to take this seriously. We got to recognize that we all have different lived experiences, that we are not all treated equal. We think that we want to be. I know that that's what people want, but we're not. And so when I leave, or I won't be back next year, you might see me hanging around maybe just because I might want to follow some things, but I certainly won't have the opportunity to pick up this microphone. I would hope that we would continue to move forward on law enforcement reform and do more to protect people's lives and to make sure people are protected. I would hope that that bill that Senator Champion passed here 3 years ago, 3 times in a row, or 2 bills in particular, one on driver's license for all and voter rights restoration, I would hope that we would help Senator Champion next year get that over the line. There's far too many people that are being victimized because they don't have their rights, far too many people who have made a mistake in their life, and we put a scarlet letter on them. So I would hope that we would pass those bills. I know that there'll be new ideas and new bills, new thoughts, but I would hope that we would pick up some of those off the table. Remember, one bill that's really close to me, and a big shout out to my family, my parents, Peter and Joyce, and my mother, Judith, is the Taylor Hayden Memorial Bill. The Taylor Hayden bill to prevent violence As you know, 4 years ago, my sister was killed in Atlanta, Georgia by a stray bullet of people who were shooting indiscriminately. She was a graduate of Wayzata High School and a proud graduate of Prairie A&M University and was just starting her career, and it was cut tragically short. Members, I know we have these bills about gun ownership and the Second Amendment. This has nothing to do with that. This has something to say that we should get out to our young people and help them think about the choices that they make, and hopefully they'll make better choices so that we won't have more Taylors. I would hope that we could work together, and if it's not called the Taylor bill, but call it whatever we want, but members, we can no longer kind of have these partisan bickering arguments about gun violence in our community. If it can happen to my family, it can happen to yours. So members, once again, it's hard to put this microphone down one last time. So I'm not going to be as long as Dick, but I will just say, my father said this to me not long ago when I was commiserating. He said, you know, he doesn't wake up anymore asking God why. He doesn't wake up anymore asking God to do something for him. He just says thank you. He just says thank you. So, members, I would like to say to all my good friends, Leader Kent, who has always been supportive of us and the work that we're doing, I would just want to give you a heartfelt thank you for allowing me to be part of this body. Thank you, Mr. President.
All right, Senator Hayden, Jeff Hayden, 2011 to 2020, in recognition of your dedication and service to the people of the state of Minnesota through your accomplishments in the state Senate. Thanks, my man.
Thank you, Mr. President.
The Senate will come to order. Senator, remaining under motions and resolutions, Senator Benson.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that Senate File Number 2 be taken from the table.
On that motion, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, say no. Motion prevails. Senator Benson.
Mr. President, I move that an urgency be declared within the meaning of Article 4, Section 19 of the Constitution of Minnesota with respect to Senate File Number 2, and that the rules of the Senate be so far suspended as to give Senate File Number 2 its second and third reading and place it on final passage.
Members, to that motion, Senator Benson?
Mr. President, I would request a roll call vote.
Roll call has been requested. Roll call granted. Members, a vote to suspend the rules requires 45 votes in order to prevail. Is there any discussion on the Benson motion? Senator Kent.
Thank you, Mr. President. I would encourage members to vote to suspend the rules.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, the Secretary will take the roll on the suspension of the rules. Members in the retiring room, room 303, and the President's office, please come to the chamber to vote. Retiring room 303 and President's office. Members in rooms 323, 237, and 206, please come to the chamber to vote. Rooms 323, 237, and 206. She does. I will call on Senator Kent to report the votes of the members voting under Rule 40.7. Senator Kent.
Thank you, Mr. President. I report aye for Senator Carlson.
Carlson votes aye. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Clausen.
Clausen votes aye. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Dietzig.
Dietzig votes aye. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Eaton.
Eaton votes aye. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Frentz.
Frentz votes aye. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Isaacson.
Isaacson votes aye. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Klein.
Klein votes aye. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Lane.
Lane votes aye. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Latz.
Latz votes aye. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Newton.
Newton votes aye. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Rest.
Rest votes aye. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Sparks.
Sparks votes aye. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Wickland.
Wickland votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Thank you, Mr. President. Senator Hall votes aye.
Hall votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Gazelka votes aye.
Gazelka votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Johnson votes aye.
Johnson votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Lang votes aye.
Lang votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Limmer votes aye.
Limmer votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Newman votes aye.
Newman votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Dames votes aye.
Dames votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Nelson votes aye.
Nelson votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Senjum votes aye.
Senjum votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Abler votes aye.
Abler votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Housley votes aye.
Housley votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Ingebrigtsen votes aye.
Senator Ingebrigtsen votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Matthews votes aye.
Matthews votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Rude votes aye.
Rude votes aye. All members having voted who have the desire to vote, the Secretary will close the roll. There being 67 ayes and 0 nays, the motion prevails. Senate File number 2 will be given its second reading.
Senate File number 2, a bill for an act relating to crime.
Second reading. To the bill, Senator Chamberlain.
Thank you, Mr. President. Members, this is the same bill that we passed in August and September, the Veterans Restorative Justice Act. No changes, same language. It was 67-0 on both occasions. So if you have any questions, I will answer them, but same bill, same language, unanimously passed this body in August and September. So green vote. Thank you.
Members, discussion on Senate File number 2. The Secretary will give Senate File 2 its third reading.
Senate File number 2, a bill for an act relating to crime.
Third reading. Members, any final discussion on the bill? We're on final passage of Senate File 2. Seeing no further discussion, the Secretary will take the roll. Members in the retiring room, please come to the chamber to vote. Members in room 303 and the President's office, please come to the chamber to vote. Members in rooms 323, 237, and 206, please come to the chamber to vote. Rooms 323, 237, and 206. I will call on Senator Kent to report the votes of the members voting under Rule 40.7. Senator Kent.
Thank you, Mr. President. I report aye for Senator Carlson.
Carlson votes aye. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Clausen.
Clausen votes aye. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Dietzick.
Dietzick votes aye. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Eaton.
Eaton votes aye. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Frentz.
Frentz votes aye. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Isaacson.
Isaacson votes aye. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Klein.
Klein votes aye. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Lane.
Lane votes aye. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Latz.
Latz votes aye. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Newton.
Newton votes aye. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Rest.
Rest votes aye. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Sparks.
Sparks votes aye. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Wickland.
Wickland votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Thank you, Mr. President. Senator Hall votes aye.
Hall votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Gazelka votes aye.
Gazelka votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Johnson votes aye.
Johnson votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Lang votes aye.
Lang votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Limmer votes aye.
Limmer votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Newman votes aye.
Newman votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Abler votes aye.
Abler votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Dames votes aye.
Dames votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Nelson votes aye.
Nelson votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Senjum votes aye.
Senjum votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Matthews votes aye.
Matthews votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Housley votes aye.
Housley votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Rude votes aye.
Rude votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Ingebrigtsen votes aye.
Ingebrigtsen votes aye. All members having voted who have the desire to vote, the Secretary will close the roll. There being 67 ayes and 0 nays, the bill is passed and its title agreed to. Motions and resolutions, Senator Benson.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that Senate File 27 be taken from the table.
On that motion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say no. Motion prevails. Senator Benson.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that an urgency be declared within the meaning of Article 4, Section 19 of the Constitution of Minnesota with respect to Senate File 27, and that the rules of the Senate be so far suspended as to give Senate File number 27 its second and third reading and placed on its final passage.
Senator Benson.
Thank you, Mr. President. I request a roll call.
Roll call has been requested. Roll call granted. Senator Kent.
Thank you, Mr. President. I would encourage members to vote yes on this, this motion.
Again, members, this motion will require 45 votes to prevail. Seeing no further discussion, the Secretary will take the roll. Members in the retiring room, room 303 in the President's office, please come to the chamber to vote. Retiring room 303 in President's office. Members in rooms 323, 237, and 206, please come to the chamber to vote. Rooms 323, 237, and 206. I will call on Senator Kent to report the votes of the members voting under Rule 40.7. Senator Kent.
Thank you, Mr. President. I report aye for Senator Carlson.
Carlson votes aye. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Clausen.
Clausen votes aye. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Dietzick.
Dietzick votes aye. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Eaton.
Eaton votes aye. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Frentz.
Frentz votes aye. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Isaacson.
Isaacson votes aye. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Klein.
Klein votes aye. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Lane.
Lane votes aye. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Latz.
Latz votes aye. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Newton.
Newton votes aye. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Rest.
Rest votes aye. Senator Kent. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Sparks.
Sparks votes aye. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Wickland.
Wickland votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Thank you, Mr. President. Senator Hall votes aye.
Hall votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Gazelka votes aye.
Gazelka votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Johnson votes aye.
Johnson votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Lang votes aye.
Lang votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Limmer votes aye.
Limmer votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Newman votes aye.
Newman votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Abler votes aye.
Abler votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Dames votes aye.
Dames votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Nelson votes aye.
Nelson votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Senjum votes aye.
Senjum votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Matthews votes aye.
Matthews votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Rude votes aye.
Rude votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Housley votes aye.
Housley votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Ingebrigtsen votes aye.
Ingebrigtsen votes aye. All members having voted who have the desire to vote, the Secretary will close the roll. There being 67 ayes and 0 nays, the motion prevails. The Secretary will give Senate File Number 27 its second reading.
Senate File Number 27, a bill for an act relating to agriculture.
Second reading. To the bill, Senator Goggin.
Well, thank you, Mr. President. What Senate File 27 does is it changes the legislation that we passed earlier this summer regarding lender mediation to allow the Commissioner of Agriculture to use unencumbered funds from the $175,000 that we appropriated from the CARES Act to use up to $5,000 to farmers that are more than likely going to be going into mediation after December 1st. And so that's what this bill does, is it just allows a little more flexibility for the Commissioner to help those farmers out. And you know, right now they're bringing in the crops and the harvest is looking good, but some farmers are still in a little bit of trouble financially, and this is a bill that will definitely help them out when they go into mediation. So I encourage a green vote. Thank you.
Discussion on Senate File 27. The Secretary will give Senate File 27 its third reading.
Senate File Number 27, a bill for an act relating to agriculture.
Third reading. Final discussion on the bill. Senator Westrom.
Thank you, Mr. President. Members, I rise briefly to urge your support of this bill. It is an example of how the legislative process should work and should be working in the future as we've done in the past. We should come together on behalf of our farmers that are struggling, relating to COVID-19 and other struggles that farmers have faced in the previous years, and come up with ways that make sense to use the resources that have already been allocated to benefit those farmers struggling and trying to reorganize their operating loans to keep their operations afloat. So I thank Senator Goggin for bringing this forward, using CARES Act money to do this. Members, it's to my chagrin that we have to come and do this, and that we aren't able to work more cooperatively on other issues with the governor's office across the gamut. We know there's lots of issues that are out there, and Governor, we stand ready as a Senate, as the legislative branch, the co-equal branch of government, to get things done for Minnesotans. And in this bill, we're doing it for the Minnesota farmers. And so, members, I urge your support, because this is a model of how the legislative process does work, can work, and how it should work according to our Constitution. And so, members, vote green, stand up for our farmers, and stand up for the legislative branch that's a co-equal branch of government under our Constitution. Whether the governor recognizes it or not, the citizens do.
Further discussion on Senate File 27. Senator Goggin.
Thank you, Mr. President, and thank you, Senator Westrom. Please vote green on this bill, vote yes, because this is a great bill for our farmers, and as Senator Westrom said, this is the right thing to do, and this is how we work as a legislature, so thank you.
Members, we're on final passage of Senate File 27. Seeing no further discussion, the Secretary will take the roll. Members in the retiring room, room 303, in the President's office, please come to the chamber to vote. Members in room 323, 237, and 206, please come to the chamber to vote. 323, 237, and 206. We both already voted on this. All right, Mary, so next thing we'll do is we'll call Senator Kent to report the votes of the members voting under Rule 40.7. Yep. Give her a...
I'll now call on Senator Kent to report the votes under Rule 40.7. Senator Kent.
Thank you, Madam President. I report aye for Senator Carlson.
Carlson votes aye.
I report aye for Senator Clausen.
Clausen votes aye.
I report aye for Senator Dietzick.
Senator Dietzick votes aye.
I report aye for Senator Eaton.
Senator Hayden votes aye.
Excuse me, that was Eaton.
Senator Eaton votes aye.
I report aye for Senator Frentz.
Senator Friends votes aye.
I report aye for Senator Hayden.
Senator Hayden votes aye.
I report aye for Senator Isaacson.
Senator Isaacson votes aye.
I report aye for Senator Klein.
Senator Klein votes aye.
I report aye for Senator Lane.
Senator Lane votes aye.
I report aye for Senator Latz.
Senator Latz votes aye.
I report aye for Senator Newton.
Senator Newton votes aye.
I report aye for Senator Rest.
Senator Rest votes aye.
I report aye for Senator Sparks.
Senator Sparks votes aye.
I report aye for Senator Wickland.
Senator Wickland votes aye. Thank you, Senator Kent. I'll now call on Senator Jasinski under Rule 40.7 to report the votes. Senator Jasinski.
Thank you, Madam President. Senator Hall votes aye.
Senator Howe votes aye.
Thank you, Madam President. Senator Gazelka votes aye.
Senator Gazelka votes aye.
Thank you, Madam President. Senator Johnson votes aye.
Senator Johnson votes aye.
Thank you, Madam President. Senator Lang votes aye.
Senator Lang votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Thank you, Madam President. Senator Limmer votes aye.
Senator Limmer votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Thank you, Madam President. Senator Newman votes aye.
Senator Newman votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Thank you, Madam President. Senator Abler votes aye.
Senator Abler votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Thank you, Madam President. Senator Dames votes aye.
Senator Dames votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Thank you, Madam President. Senator Nelson votes aye.
Senator Nelson votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Thank you, Madam President. Senator Senjum votes aye.
Senator Senjum votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Thank you, Madam President. Senator Matthews votes aye.
Senator Matthews votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Thank you, Madam President. Senator Rude votes aye.
Senator Rude votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Thank you, Madam President. Senator Housley votes aye.
Senator Housley votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Thank you, Madam President. Senator Ingebrigtsen votes aye.
Senator Ingebrigtsen votes aye. Senator Jasinski, that is all for you today. Thank you very much. Members, there being 67 ayes, 0 nays, Senate File 27 is passed. Our next item on the agenda, I'll call on Senator Benson.
Thank you, Madam President. I move that Senate File 6 be taken from the table.
On that motion, Senate File 6 being taken from the table, that is a voice vote. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion prevails and is adopted. Next, Senator Benson, I'll call on you.
Thank you, Madam President. I move that an urgency be declared within the meaning of Article 4, Section 19 of the Constitution of Minnesota with respect to Senate File Number 6, and that the rules of the Senate be so far suspended as to give Senate File Number 6 its second and third reading and placed on its final passage.
To that motion from Senator Benson.
And thank you, Madam President. I request a roll call.
Senator Benson requests a vote call. Roll call granted. Senator Kent.
Thank you, Madam President. I encourage members to support this motion.
Thank you, Senator Kent. Roll call being requested. Roll call granted. We'll proceed to a roll call vote. Secretary will call the members. Members on the floor, please vote in the chamber. Members in the retiring room, please come to vote. Members in the Capitol Room 303, please come to vote. Members in the President's office, please come to vote. Members in Capitol Room 206, please come to vote. Senate Capitol Room 237, please come vote. And the DFL Caucus Room 323, please come to vote. All members not yet having voted, please come to vote. Okay. Senator Jasinski, you're ready to report the votes?
Yes, Madam President.
All right. Senator Jasinski.
Thank you, Madam President. Senator Howell votes aye.
Senator Howe votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Hall votes aye.
Senator Hall votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Gazelka votes aye.
Senator Gazelka votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Johnson votes aye.
Senator Johnson votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Lang votes aye.
Senator Lane votes aye. Senator Lang votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Limmer votes aye.
Senator Limmer votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Newman votes aye.
Senator Newman votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Abler votes aye.
Senator Abler votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Dames votes aye.
Senator Dames votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Nelson votes aye.
Senator Nelson votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Senjum votes aye.
Senator Senjum votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Matthews votes aye.
Senator Matthews votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Rude votes aye.
Senator Rude votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Housley votes aye.
Senator Housley votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Ingebretson votes aye.
Senator Ingebretson votes aye. Thank you, Senator Jasinski. Senator Kent, under Rule 40.7. Senator Kent.
Thank you, Madam President. Senator Clausen votes aye.
Senator Clausen votes aye.
Senator Dietzick votes aye.
Senator Dietzick votes aye. Senator Kent.
Senator Eaton votes aye.
Senator Eaton votes aye. Senator Kent.
Senator Frentz votes aye.
Senator Frentz votes aye. Senator Kent.
Senator Hayden votes aye.
Senator Hayden votes aye. Senator Kent.
Senator Isaacson votes aye.
Senator Isaacson votes aye. Senator Kent.
Senator Klein votes aye.
Senator Klein votes aye. Senator Kent.
Senator Lane votes aye.
Senator Lane votes aye. Senator Kent.
Senator Latz votes aye.
Senator Latz votes aye. Senator Kent.
Senator Newton votes aye.
Senator Newton votes aye. Senator Kent.
Senator Rest votes aye.
Senator Rest votes aye. Senator Kent.
Senator Sparks votes aye.
Senator Sparks votes aye. Senator Kent.
Senator Wickland votes aye.
Senator Wickland votes aye. Thank you, Senator Kent. Yes. All right. Okay. There being 66 ayes and 0 nays, the motion to suspend the rules has passed. Second reading. Secretary will give the bill its second reading. Secretary will close the rolls. Now we'll give the bill its second reading. The Secretary will report the second reading.
Senate File Number 6, a bill for an act relating to local government.
Second reading. I now call on the author of the bill, Senator Curran, to present Senate File 6.
Thank you, Madam President. Senate File 6, I'm proud to bring this bill to the floor. What it is, it's pretty straightforward. It's a project in North Branch, and what they're seeking is a relief and extending the deadline to utilize the funds to December 30th, 2020. this project is, it serves the greatest need in our rural community today. Is it's a broadband project, and it's a fixed wireless project. And what it does, what it's going to do for the funding that they have, they want to use the coronavirus relief funding. And the reason we're here today is because of the delay in getting the funding to them. And so they're on a tight time frame, but this is a shovel-ready project as we have available for us. It's highlighted by the challenges we've had from the COVID challenges and the business shutdowns, and the emphasis or the quantum leap in the demand for rural broadband. And so with this project, what it will allow them to do is it will allow them to serve a city of 10,000 people and provide the infrastructure for broadband coverage throughout the entire city. All of our hospitals and all of our schools have sent letters in support, and we're really looking forward to getting this project up. But what they really need is the extension of the deadline to December 30th. And with that, Madam Chair, that is the bill. It's extending it. It's really moving to the greatest need we have in rural Minnesota to create a great broadband infrastructure. This allows the city of North Branch to do that. Madam Chair, stand for questions.
Thank you, Senator Coran. Is there any other discussion? Senator Pappas? Okay.
I'm out of practice. Would Senator Coran yield?
Senator Coran will yield. Yes, Senator Pappas.
Thank you, Senator Coran. I see that the new proposed deadline is for North Branch is December 30th, and that's also the deadline, I believe, by the federal government. So what happens if there's still some unspent money? I mean, the whole purpose of the earlier deadline is so that unspent dollars could be redistributed to those communities that need it or back to the state. Thank you.
Senator Coran.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and Senator Pappas. This project is slated. We've worked on this project for 3 years, and they're slated with all the procurement and the vendors, and they're ready to go. And they can not only complete the contracting of the process, but also the installation of the project by that December 30th deadline.
Members, please
no leftover
address
money.
the chair. Senator Coran, Senator Pappas, thank you so much. I know, we're a little rusty on
Madam
some of our
President,
things.
the question
Thank you,
was,
Senator Coran.
Madam President, the question was no leftover funding, and that is correct. There will be no leftover funding. Thank you.
That answer your question, Senator Pappas? Okay, very good. Any further discussion? Senator Westrom.
Madam President, members, as the chair of the committee that oversees rural broadband funding in our Senate, I rise and urge your support of Senator Coran's bill. This is a great creative project for rural Minnesota, for communities that come together with private business and private providers and meet the needs of high-speed internet for their rural community. Members, this is another example of the legislature working with the governor's office to get things done. We are a co-equal. That means the same. We have the same status in the Constitution as the governor. This bill is needed because the governor is not giving this community the certainty they need to be able to finish this project with the CARES Act money so they can be sure to have more high-speed internet capabilities in their community. But members, that is the legislative process. The governor shouldn't have to make all these decisions. Our emergency powers should be revoked, and we should be working co-equally with the governor to get these decisions made expeditiously, advocate for our communities, and that's the legislative process. So this is another great example today of what the legislature can do, work together bipartisanly, Democrats and Republicans, bringing bills forward for our communities. This is a great pilot project for rural broadband. There may be great promise for many other rural communities and rural areas that are sparsely populated that benefit from this type of technology being pilot project right here in Senator Coran's district. And so, members, the legislature should be doing more of these decisions, and they should not all be left up to the governor. But I urge your support because this is a very common sense bill. It solves the problem of rural broadband and the need for speed. And this project also has a need for speed to be able to move forward and meet the deadline of December 30th. Senator Cran, you're doing a great job by bringing this forward and advocating for your communities and for more rural broadband across our state. I urge your green vote.
Thank you, Senator Westrom. Members, any other discussion? Seeing none, the Secretary will give Senate File 6 its third reading.
Senate File Number 6, a bill for an act relating to local government.
Senate File 6, third reading. Okay, members, any further discussion? Seeing no further discussion, is the Secretary will take the roll. In the Senate chamber, please vote. And then remember to step out of the chamber as we have other members coming in. We'll have the retiring room. Please come and vote. Capitol Room 303, please come and vote. President's office, please come and vote. Capitol Room 206, please come to vote. Capitol 237, please come to vote. Capitol 323, please come to vote. Any senators not yet voting, please come to vote. There being 16, 2 nays. What is the law? So many. When I finish voting, I call the vote. And do I say that everyone wants to close the vote? Yes, I did call them all. Yes. No, I've called. All right, I will on Senator Jasinski under Rule 40.7 to report the votes. Senator Jasinski.
Thank you, Madam President. Senator Howe votes aye.
Senator Howe votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Hall votes aye.
Senator Hall votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Gazelka votes aye.
Senator Gazelka votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Johnson votes aye.
Senator Johnson votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Lang votes aye.
Senator Lang votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Limmer votes aye.
Senator Limmer votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Newman votes aye.
Senator Newman votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Abler votes aye.
Senator Abler votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Dames votes aye.
Senator Dames votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Nelson votes aye.
Senator Nelson votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Senjum votes aye.
Senator Senjum votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Matthews votes aye.
Senator Matthews votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Rude votes aye.
Senator Rude votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Housley votes aye.
Senator Housley votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Ingebrigtsen votes aye.
Senator Ingebrigtsen votes aye. Thank you, Senator Jasinski. Senator Kent. We'll now call on you under Rule 40.7 to report the votes. Senator Kent.
Thank you, Madam President. I report no for Senator Carlson.
Senator Carlson votes no.
I report yes for Senator Clausen.
Senator Clausen votes yes. Senator Kent.
I report no for Senator Dietzick.
Senator Dietzick votes no. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Eaton.
Senator Eaton votes yes. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Frentz.
Senator Frentz votes aye. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Hayden.
Senator Hayden votes aye. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Isaacson.
Senator Isaacson votes aye. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Klein.
Senator Klein votes aye. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Lane.
Senator Lane votes aye. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Latz.
Senator Latz votes aye. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Newton.
Senator Newton votes aye. Senator Kent.
I report no for Senator Rest.
Senator Rest votes no. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Sparks.
Senator Sparks votes aye. Senator Kent.
I report no for Senator Wickland.
Senator Wickland votes no. Thank you, Senator Kent. There being all 67 senators having voted, there being 63, the Secretary will close the roll. There being 63 ayes and 4 nays, Senate File 6 is passed and its title agreed to. All right. I'm rusty.
Remaining under motions and resolutions, Senator Benson.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that Senate File 5 be taken from the table.
On that motion, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Motion prevails. Senator Benson.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that an urgency be declared within the meaning of Article 4, Section 19 of the Constitution of Minnesota with respect to Senate File 5, and that the rules of the Senate be so far suspended as to give Senate File 5 its second and third reading and place it on its final passage.
Members, Senator Benson.
Mr. President, I'd request a roll call.
A roll call has been requested. Roll call granted. Again, members, a motion to suspend the rules requires 45 votes to prevail. Further discussion on the suspension of the rules? Seeing none, a roll call has been requested. The Secretary will take the roll. Members in the retiring room, room 303, and the President's office, please come to the chamber to vote. Members in room 323, 237, and 206, please come to chamber to vote. Rooms 323, 237, and 206. I will call on Senator Kent to report the votes of the members voting under Rule 40.7. Senator Kent.
Thank you, Mr. President. I report aye for Senator Carlson.
Carlson votes aye. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Champion.
Champion votes aye. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Clausen.
Clausen votes aye. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Dietzig.
Dietzig votes aye. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Eaton.
Eaton votes aye. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Frentz.
Frentz votes aye. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Hayden.
Hayden votes aye. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Isaacson.
Isaacson votes aye. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Klein.
Klein votes aye. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Lane.
Lane votes aye. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Latz.
Latz votes aye. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Newton.
Newton votes aye. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Rest.
Rest votes aye. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Sparks.
Sparks votes aye. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Wickland.
Wickland votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Thank you, Mr. President. Senator Howell votes aye.
Howell votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Hall votes aye.
Hall votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Gazelka votes aye.
Gazelka votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Johnson votes aye.
Johnson votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Lang votes aye.
Lang votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Limmer votes aye.
Limmer votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Newman votes aye.
Newman votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Abler votes aye.
Abler votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Dames votes aye.
Dames votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Nelson votes aye.
Nelson votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Senjum votes aye.
Senjum votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Matthews votes aye.
Matthews votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Rude votes aye.
Rude votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Housley votes aye.
Housley votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Ingebrigtsen votes aye.
Ingebrigtsen votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Rosen votes aye.
Rosen votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Westrom votes aye.
Westrom votes aye. Senator Kent.
Thank you, Mr. President. I report aye for Senator Clausen.
Clausen votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Thank you, Mr. President. Senator Weber votes aye.
Weber votes aye. All members having voted who have the desire to vote, the Secretary will close the roll. There being 67 ayes and 0 nays, the motion prevails. The Secretary will give Senate File 5 its second reading.
Senate File Number 5, a bill for an act relating to local government.
Second reading. To the bill, Senator Eichhorn.
Thank you, Mr. President. This is a small bill for Itasca County and Harris Township. There's a small unorganized section of Itasca County that wants to go into Harris Township. The reason we're involved here is because there are less than 20 voters in that small unorganized area. There's already resolutions of support from both the Itasca County Board and Harris Township Board. This did pass during the regular session and the governor did sign it. There was some mistake on the language, so that's why we're needing to repass it. There's also a provision in this that came from Senator Johnson that would allow the Polk County Law Library to spend a portion of their fiscal reserves to do some technology improvements, and that was also passed as well without question. I will stand for any questions if there are any.
Discussion on Senate File 5. Senator Bigham.
Thank you, Mr. President. I don't necessarily have a huge concern with the bill. Obviously, as Senator Eichhorn has said, it's passed, no questions. I think it's more of a comment for the body. Law libraries are vital, and they provide a huge resource for folks. And I think that the way that the bill has set up, and I actually do think there were, I think there were concerns about that provision in the past, but we need to probably take a broader look, Mr. President, at how we are funding the law libraries and have consultation with the courts, with the counties, and really kind of dig deep into that and making sure that we're not having counties one by one coming in and asking to kind of divert and use that account for other purposes that are well related, because you do have IT uses now for law libraries, I get that, and for the courthouse, but I think this deserves a broader discussion rather than counties coming in one by one and doing this, Mr. President.
The Secretary will give Senate File 5 its third reading.
Senate File Number 5, a bill for an act relating to local government.
Third reading. Final comments on Senate File 5. Members were on final passage of Senate File 5. Seeing no further discussion, the Secretary will take the roll. Members in the retiring room, please come to the chamber to vote. Members in room 303 in the President's office, please come to the chamber to vote. Members in room 323, 237, and 206. Rooms 323, 237, and 206. Please come to the chamber to vote. I will call on Senator Jasinski to report the votes of the members voting under Rule 40.7. Senator Jasinski.
Thank you, Mr. President. Senator Howe votes aye.
Howe votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Hall votes aye.
Hall votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Gazelka votes aye.
Gazelka votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Johnson votes aye.
Johnson votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Lang votes aye.
Lang votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Limmer votes aye.
Limmer votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Newman votes aye.
Newman votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Abler votes aye.
Abler votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Dames votes aye.
Dames votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Nelson votes aye.
Nelson votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Senjum votes aye.
Senjum votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Matthews votes aye.
Matthews votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Rood votes aye.
Rood votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Housley votes aye.
Housley votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Ingebrigtsen votes aye.
Ingebrigtsen votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Rosen votes aye.
Rosen votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Westrom votes aye.
Westrom votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Weber votes aye.
Weber votes aye. Senator Kent.
Thank you, Mr. President. I report no for Senator Carlson.
Carlson votes no. Senator Kent.
I report no for Senator Champion.
Champion votes no. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Clausen.
Clausen votes aye. Senator Kent.
I report no for Senator Dietzick.
Dietzick votes no. Senator Kent.
I report no for Senator Eaton.
Eaton votes no. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Frentz.
Frentz votes aye. Senator Kent.
I report no for Senator Hayden.
Hayden votes no. Senator Kent.
I report no for Senator Isaacson.
Isaacson votes no. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Klein.
Klein votes aye. Senator Kent.
I report no for Senator Lane.
Lane votes no. Senator Kent.
I report no for Senator Latz.
Latz votes no. Senator Kent.
I report no for Senator Newton.
Newton votes no. Senator Kent.
I report no for Senator Rest.
Rest votes no. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Sparks.
Sparks votes aye. Senator Kent.
I report aye for Senator Wickland.
Wickland votes aye. All members having voted who have the desire to vote, the Secretary will close the roll. There being 51 ayes and 16 nays, the bill is passed and it's titled agreed to. Next is the 13th order of business, announcements of Senate interest. Without objection, the following senators will be excused from today's session. Senator Newton from 2:20 to 2:30, Senator Pratt from 2:20 to 2:30, and Senator Carlson from 4 to 4:20. Announcements of Senate interest, Senator Torsray.
Senator Torsray.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair. Members, I wanted to make sure that today you remember to celebrate Indigenous Peoples Day. As a country, we must acknowledge the legacy of colonialism, which has devastated Indigenous communities historically and continues to negatively impact them today. It is our duty to tell a more truthful story about Columbus, who opened up the Americas to European settlement at the expense of genocide, rape, pillage, torture, and enslavement of Native people. We must begin to understand how our students can go throughout their entire education, from kindergarten to higher education, without ever seeing a Native American teacher. Learning curriculum about Native American history that was not written by Native people, and experiencing a lack of Native representation at all levels of their education. Indigenous Peoples Day is creating a shift in consciousness that recognizes the oppression and honors the stories, cultures, contributions, and resilience of Indigenous people. I am introducing a bill today to celebrate and acknowledge our Native history. I very much hope, Madam Chair, that you are able to give me a hearing and have this conversation in your committee. Indigenous Peoples' Day is not to erase Columbus from history, but it is to talk about the impact in the present day. I am offering this bill as part of our healing process as we honor and celebrate the past, present, and future of Native people throughout our state and throughout our country. To this date, 14 states, Alabama, Alaska, Hawaii, Idaho, Maine, Michigan, Minnesota, New Mexico, North Carolina, Oklahoma, Oregon, South Dakota, Vermont, and Wisconsin, and the District of Columbia, and more than 130 cities and growing numbers of schools and districts celebrate Indigenous Peoples' Day. Let's celebrate together today. Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you, members.
Thank you, Senator Torres-Ray. Members, any future other announcements of Senate interest? I'll call on Senator Miller.
Thank you, Madam President. Members, today I had an opportunity to introduce a Senate resolution commending Greg Hubinger for 42 years of service with the state of Minnesota. Mr. Hubinger has served the state of Minnesota for 42 years. 33 of those years have been with the legislature, and he has been the director of the Legislative Coordinating Commission, or as we talk about the LCC around here, for 23 years, and that's the role that most of us have interacted with Mr. Hubinger. He is the longest serving director in the history of the LCC, which was created in 1973. He played an important role in establishing and supporting several joint legislative commissions and offices that have been created to serve the legislature. Mr. Hubinger's impact in serving the legislature has been diverse and wide-ranging. It includes work that has made the legislature more accessible to the public. He also has provided a tremendous amount of work to support legislative staff, including the drafting of the biannual legislative plan for employee benefits and policies, and refining the hiring process for key staff joint office and commission staff members. Mr. Hubinger has also provided tremendous expertise and assistance to assist the legislature in understanding the state employee contracts and bargaining process. He has provided in-depth analysis of the many detailed and complicated bargaining agreements to assist the Subcommittee on Employee Relations with its role in reviewing state employee compensation and benefits. This work has led to the development of a key metric called the Hubinger number that represents the percent of new money being spent on the labor contracts over base spending. MMB I can't say the word. MMB often refers to this measurement by his name, the Hubinger number. Members, it is my honor on behalf of the Senate and all of my colleagues in this chamber to congratulate Mr. Hubinger on 42 years of service to the state of Minnesota.
Thank you, Senator Miller. I'll now call on Senator Benson.
Thank you, Madam President and members. NCSL annually has an online democracy award for superior website, and this year the Minnesota Legislature's website was awarded the online democracy award. It is awarded to the Legislative Chamber or Caucus whose website makes democracy more user-friendly in an outstanding way. The winning website is chosen by a committee of legislative staffers who evaluate each site's design, content, and technological integration. Minnesota Legislature's website was recognized for the humongous amount of content, and it is organized and structured in a user-friendly manner. And I know, members, we've had some trouble with our Senate website, but we do appreciate the amount of work it takes to be as transparent as possible in giving information to the public about the work we do here every day and the work we've done historically. So I wanted to take a moment to recognize the people who develop our websites, and there were members who accepted the award on behalf of the legislature. Mike Schatz, Information Systems Manager from the Minnesota Legislative Reference Library, Chris Canty, Senior IT Specialist at the Legislative Coordinating Commission, Max Carlson, Web Developer at the House of Representatives, Isaac Holman, Systems Analyst, Office of the Reviser of Statutes, and I'm sure there are many more people who deserve to be recognized for making our website transparent, accessible, and informative.
Thank you, Senator Benson. Senator Pappas.
Thank you, Madam President, and I wanted to join President Miller in applauding the work of Greg Hubinger as our longtime director of the Legislative Coordinating Commission. I worked with him on the committee as president and as a member of the committee for many, many years, and he was always very professional, always very thorough, always very competent in his work, and he definitely will be missed and a difficult act to follow. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Pappas. Members, seeing no further debate or discussion, our agenda being completed, Senator Benson, I will call on you.
Madam President, I move that the Senate do now adjourn until Thursday, October 15th at 11 a.m.
Motion to adjourn. All those in favor, say aye. Opposed? Motion prevails. We are adjourned.